So this is a follow-up that those of you who wanted to take part in our CEO training. This breaks down some fee and some services. But let me share some information with you when it comes to African American-led nonprofits. These nonprofits are often grassroots, hyper-local, or funder-led with deep connection to the community they serve. About 76% plus of such nonprofits are operating on a budget of 500,000 or less. That is no money. And nearly 1/3 operate with just $30,000 a year, largely made up of volunteers. 43+% of the organizations operate without any pay, full-time employees, and 45+% have no paid employees. To add insult to injury, according to that report, Black-led nonprofits face unique funding challenges, with 86% always or often having trouble trying to access large, diverse number of funding sources. 72% report they're always or often challenged to identify and cultivate new funders. And you have to be able to constantly bring in new funders. Added to this, nearly 53% of the organizations indicated they will shut down if they lost one or two key funders. What this CEO training does, it puts you in a seat to be successful. 8 out of 10 nonprofits fail within the first 3 years of operation. So let's talk about what does the service include. It includes putting together your financial management model. What funders want to see is to see how do you handle money? What's the policies and procedures related to that? They want to know what are your employment policies and procedures. They want to know what is your theory of change? How do you plan to, what is the process you plan to use to bring about the change? They want to know about your board policies and procedures, and more importantly, they want to know about your board training. Board members should be trained every year. Then, when it comes to funding, you want to be able to have your SAM registration done and your grants.gov registration done. In order to go after federal money, you have to apply with what they call SAM, and the other one is what they call grants.gov in order to get federal money. Grant development is a 6 to 8 week course. This is important because it shows a funder that you have in-house talent to write grants. This class is right here teach you not only to write grants for your organization, and also you can make side money by writing grants for other people. Your 5-year strategic plan is your internal method of operation. You can couple this with your operational plan and your business plan. Keep in mind a strategic, an operational, and a business plan are all different animals. Then you have your logic model. This is where you begin to show how does your program work, output, input. Program design and program development includes logic model plus more. It begins to talk about how do you design your program? And how do you model it as a best practice, evidence-based program? Organizational development is important because it focuses towards us doing a SWOT analogy. We're going to look at your nonprofit from the top to the bottom to put you in a position to go after those large funding opportunities. The total cost for this, if you was paying for it separately, is $4,210. If you're using a CEO packet, you can get all of these, plus free CEO training. And it's important that you get that CEO training so you know how to communicate with vendors, with funders, with government officials, with the faith community, with other nonprofits, etc. This is some of the things that you want to be able to be in a position for as a CEO. These classes, when you compare them to other classes, are very affordable. They're affordable because we are a nonprofit, and our goal is to change the narrative by building strong nonprofits that use a new school, next generation approach that is focused on a what we call a social enterprise approach to changing the narrative by looking at earned income as well as grants as an approach to increase your ability to have a long financial sustainability model. So you can also not necessarily take all of these different components. You can cherry pick. You might want to take grant writing. You might want to look at putting together your policies and procedures like your financial, employment, and your board policy as a starting point, which is significantly cheaper if you want to get started and you had a small budget. We could work out an affordable plan for that. It is important, SAMS and grant.gov, it's important because this is how you connect to the federal grants and other related things related to the grant thing. Part of that is called that new program they call ID, in which all nonprofits have to register with the federal government with. So that's another part of this SAMS and grants.gov. I'm hoping that we can get together and we can work out a workable plan for you. We definitely can work out an installment plan. Keep in mind, this is for our CEO individuals. We have other packets that's less expensive, but this is for your CEO training. So this is just some of the training that we provide, and I hope this helps you. And that we definitely come together and we work together to do a plan that's doable for both of us.